There is a specific type of man the world never fully understands. A man who goes quiet when he is deeply hurt. A man whose silence speaks louder than anger, louder than arguments, louder than tears. It is the same energy you see in characters like Itachi Uchiha, the quiet, disciplined, emotionally controlled archetype who carries his pain in silence because he knows the world will never understand the weight he carries. And while Itachi is fiction, the psychology behind him is very real. There are men like this everywhere. Men who do not explode, they withdraw. Men who do not argue, they observe. Men who do not shout, they think. Their silence is not emptiness. Their silence is strategy. Their silence is self-protection. This video will break down the dark psychology of men who go silent when they are hurt. The men who process pain inwardly, privately, and powerfully. Men who are misunderstood, not because they feel nothing, but because they feel more than they are willing to show. 1. Why? Strong men retreat instead of reacting. There is a rare type of man whose silence is misunderstood. A man whose quietness during pain does not come from avoidance or emotional emptiness. It comes from depth. It comes from discipline. It comes from a lifetime of learning that silence is safer than vulnerability. These men do not talk when they bleed. They retreat inward. They disconnect not because they feel nothing, but because they feel everything with intensity. Their silence is not passive. It is deliberate. It is controlled. It is self-preservation. Society misunderstands this man because society highlights reactive men, loud men, explosive men. But the quiet ones, the observant ones, the emotionally contained ones are rarely discussed. They are labeled cold or distant, when in reality, they are simply managing their pain in the only way they know how. They learn that silence protects them from misinterpretation. Silence shields them from judgment. Silence gives them space to think before they act. Just like the Itachi archetype, they know the world does not always deserve access to their inner storms. 2. The masculine instinct to handle pain alone. Men who go silent after emotional pain follow a pattern shaped by culture, upbringing, and psychological defense. They grow up with one unspoken message: handle it alone. They internalize their problems. They swallow their emotions. They carry their pain quietly. They do not believe in emotional dumping. They do not believe in exposing weakness. They do not believe in asking for help unless it is absolutely necessary. Their silence becomes a badge of honor, a symbol of strength, a form of emotional discipline. It keeps them from reacting impulsively. It keeps them from saying things they will regret. It keeps them in control. But this silence is also a burden. It isolates them. It disconnects them. It forces them to fight emotional battles that no one sees. Still, they choose it because silence is predictable. Silence is safe. Silence never misinterprets them. 3. The psychological process behind their withdrawal. When these men go silent, they enter a deep internal process. It is not simple withdrawal. It is mental reconstruction. Their silence follows a psychological pattern. Stage 1. Emotional overload. The pain hits suddenly and intensely. Stage 2. Defensive shutdown. Their brain protects them through emotional numbing. Stage 3. Internal processing. They replay events. They analyze tone. They study intentions. They search for meaning. Stage 4. Emotional sorting. They separate truth from exaggeration, emotion from logic, pain from perception. Stage 5. Reconstruction. They regain their emotional stability before returning to others. For them, silence is not absence. It is analysis. It is reflection. It is rebuilding. People assume silence means they do not care, but their silence means they care too deeply to speak recklessly. 4. Why they rarely explain their pain. One of the most confusing traits of men who go silent is this: they rarely explain why they withdrew. Most people misinterpret this. They assume, he lost interest. He does not care. He wants to punish me. He is avoiding accountability. But the truth is more psychological than emotional. These men avoid explaining their pain because they do not want to seem weak. They do not want to create conflict. They do not want to be misunderstood. They do not want to be emotionally exposed. They want to return with clarity, not confusion. They speak only after their emotions have settled. And until then, silence is the only language they trust. 5. The hidden emotional depth behind their silence. There is a misconception that silent men are emotionally cold. The reality is the opposite. These men feel deeply. Pain stays in their chest longer. Disappointment hits harder. Betrayal cuts deeper. And the deeper they feel, the quieter they become. They experience emotions with intensity, but they process them privately. Their silence becomes the holding place for all the words they cannot say. Their quietness carries the weight of everything they refuse to release prematurely. This is why the Itachi-like archetype resonates with them. The quiet burden, the silent endurance, the private emotional battles. Their silence is not lack of emotion. It is too much emotion. 6. How silent pain changes a man. A man who goes silent during pain transforms internally. Silence reshapes him. It sharpens him. It alters his perception. He becomes more observant, less trusting, more selective, less reactive, more strategic, more emotionally disciplined. His silence becomes a filter that exposes truth. It reveals who respects him and who does not. It reveals who reaches out and who disappears. It reveals who understands masculine pain and who only reacts to what they cannot see. Pain does not weaken these men. It makes them sharper, colder, wiser. Just as Itachi carried pain and responsibility quietly, these men carry emotional weight without announcing it. 7. Why their silence makes others uncomfortable. People fear silence because silence exposes them. It removes distractions. It removes excuses. It removes narratives. And when a man goes quiet, people are forced to face their own behavior. This is why silent men intimidate people. You cannot read him. You cannot predict him. You cannot control him. You cannot influence him. His silence becomes his shield. It becomes his advantage. It becomes his power. People want reaction because reaction gives them understanding. But silence gives them nothing. Silence forces them to confront themselves. 8. Why men who go silent are rare. In a world obsessed with constant expression and emotional oversharing, a man who chooses silence is a rarity. He stands out. He carries a different presence. He holds a different level of discipline. He speaks only when his words have purpose. He responds only when he is ready. He engages only when his mind is clear. These men are not emotionally unavailable. They are emotionally responsible. They do not flood the world with unfiltered emotion. They release what matters, when it matters. Their silence is a sign of intelligence and restraint. 9. Silence as their safe place. For these men, silence is not punishment. It is not escape. It is not manipulation. Silence is sanctuary. It is where they reflect, reset, rebuild, recenter, rebalance. Silence gives them back the control the world tries to take from them. It gives them space to breathe. It gives them a moment to return to themselves. Their silence is their inner world, a world they trust more than the chaos outside. 10. The core psychological truth. After all these layers, one truth remains. Asterisk, asterisk. Men who go silent when hurt do so because they value peace over chaos, clarity over reaction, and self-control over emotional volatility. Asterisk, asterisk. Their silence is the voice of a disciplined mind. Their silence is the weapon of a strong man. Their silence is the shield of a wounded heart. And like the Itachi archetype, they learn to carry heavy emotions privately, with restraint, with maturity, and with a level of strength the world often mistakes for indifference. But the truth is clear. A man who goes silent is not ignoring you. He is protecting himself. He is recalibrating. He is rebuilding. His silence is not the end of the story. It is the chapter where he regains his power,